Hello, my name is Pram, and welcome back to this episode of ETS2 Showcases, and today we're here in Porto, and we're going to head up to Vigo with some sausages, so a very short delivery, but there is a reason for that, because today we are just going to appreciate one of the newest areas on the ETS2 map, that being the Iberia DLC, because today we are going to be celebrating 10 years of Euro Truck Simulator 2 using this special 10-year anniversary skin that SES Software created that you can get through World of Trucks if you deliver any delivery using the external market. So let's get this DAF XG Plus started up and get on the road. Hopefully everyone is doing well. I certainly am. And you may be wondering, Prime, how in the world did you get this skin, and how are you technically doing the community event? Because it acts kind of like a community event even though it doesn't show it. How are you doing that in the beta? Spoiler, I am not. I unfortunately had to just go back to 1.45 out of 1.46 open beta, which I was on before. So I'm back on 1.45. So as much as I love 1.46, unfortunately we have to be on 1.45 for the sake of the World of Trucks kind of clientele for it to all work and act properly, to be able to get the skin and bring it into the game. As far as I can tell, I had to do that because it wouldn't allow me to do it otherwise. So that's the way it is. You know what? That's perfectly fine, and we'll just move on from that. Let's talk a little bit about the West Balkans. I don't know why I came to a stop. Here's my North Americanness for you, but I guess I could have just yielded there anyways. Let's talk about West Balkans, because we have had a blog post on that since we last talked, I do believe. I don't believe I talked about it in the last episode of ETS2 Showcases, and that is the religion that will be in the game when it comes to the West Balkans DLC, and just how it's brought in. Now that's very interesting. I didn't actually do a Prime News on that because I was not feeling well whenever, unfortunately, when that came out, the blog post itself. But nonetheless, I did kind of read over it, and I did a community post on it as well, as far as I remember, if my memory serves me correctly. So that's always good, but the West Balkans religion, like a lot of the other DLCs we have here in ETS2, major part of the culture. And that's really the biggest thing, to be honest. Now, saying that, it is definitely an important part for visuals, but overall, it just sets the tone for the different areas. The West Balkans, in general, are very rich in religion, different types as far as I know, different religions in general, definitely contrasting architecture, that's for sure. So that's going to be really neat to see, from the smaller churches or monasteries to the large cathedrals. It seems like the West Balkans DLC will have it, and it's going to be a very neat thing to see, I think. You know what, I don't know a ton about that area, and honestly the blog post and the development of the West Balkans DLC are kind of assisting in that manner of me learning kind of what the West Balkans are and what they're all about. But overall, I think it's just going to be a really cool experience to kind of see how this continues to develop and learn a bit more about the area, for especially me, where I don't really know a ton about it. But nonetheless, the religion in that area seems to be quite diverse and definitely expansive when it comes to the different types of buildings, which is always really neat. Let's kind of cut out in front of that truck there. Hopefully they stop. I don't want anyone to spill the sausages I have in this insulated trailer. I realized when I took the insulated trailer, because in all honesty and just being transparent with you guys, I kind of went into my trailer manager and decided what trailer I already had configured and just changed the paint job on it and ran with it. So I decided to use the insulated just because it happened to be in in the same, my default London base that I have in this save. So that way I didn't have to transport it anywhere else whenever the truck resets when I change trucks. And yeah, it is... I kind of laughed when I saw the cargo types, and good thing this area had some really nice delivery options. And you know what, I'm gonna just stay on this lane. What am I doing? I'm trying to overpass a truck when I'm not really paying attention to where I actually need to be going. And as I said, it's only like a 100-kilometer journey today, so it's not a very long journey, but that is for one main reason. We're just gonna explore this nice area, which I don't believe I've actually been to yet in the Iberia DLC. I haven't explored these roads before, and I don't remember going to Virgo, for example. I have been here in Porto, but not on the northern end of it, just the southern end, as far as I know. So it's going to be really cool being over in this area, but really show, for those who have been around for the full 10 years of ETS2, and if not just the last few years, the evolution in game design is phenomenal. It's truly incredible to see where ETS2 started and where it is today. And if you really want to compare those two, take a delivery in the UK in the ETS2 map, and then come to the Iberia DLC and see how things have changed. That's pretty much your best bet on seeing the evolution of the game. Unfortunately, the way that Britain is right now just hasn't had a ton of love. I guess we'll go through here, and that's just because it's a much needed revamp, and to be honest, it's a fairly major revamp. Perfect. Whoa, don't scrape up against the barrier, Prime. Pay attention. I was looking at the message, trying to read it, and getting distracted. Big shock there. Again, not used to toll bridges. Classic North American moment. North American driver moment, that's for sure. But no, it's the UK really hasn't been touched, as far as I know, at all since launch. So when it comes to comparing what the ETS2 launch quality was versus what we are at today, being here in Iberia really kind of says it all. So really, there's been a huge jump, and I believe SES Software on their Twitter pages, maybe a few of their other social media pages, put out a short comparison video on kind of side by side in some of the areas on how, if they've been revamped and how they've changed, if not just the different quality within the map and where it's gone, gameplay physics as well. Keep in mind that when ETS2 came out, there was no revamped lighting system. So even if you're taking a delivery, for example, in Britain, take that with a grain of salt, because the entire really just skybox system has been completely redone. I guess that was 1.40, which is crazy. We're almost out of the 4s already, and when I started covering stuff, we were in the 3s, 1.3, so time flies, that's for sure. But when it comes to ETS2, especially in the older areas, it's had a facelift in a sense without directly having a facelift, if that makes any sense. The lighting system did wonders for the ETS2 and ATS. It just changed and revolutionized how we experience the different times of day and the weather and different just the atmosphere in general and how more dynamic it is. So even in the older areas of the ETS2 map, they are still worlds better in a sense on first appearance than what they were in launch. Obviously the details of the map haven't changed at all, but the lighting has, and that's a big part for us ETS2 players, especially, well, and ATS as well. Lighting is important, but the detail is also very, very important and makes what the difference is today possible. And well, look at this beautiful area. And the biggest thing that, for those who do drive between the two maps, and actually we'll go straight through here. I don't think there's any form of bridge. No, it's just we go straight through. Hopefully, there we go. Toll paid, 21 bucks. Well, I guess euros or pounds. I don't know. We're gonna give that guy room because that AI doesn't seem to be stopping. All right. Lovely stuff, AI. Now we'll cut across in front of you just because. But no, it's incredible to see where ETS2 started and where it is today. 10 years, it's incredible to say that it's been continually evolving for that long too. It's not like it's been stationary. It's not just been out for 10 years. It's a constant evolution, a constant growth. That is something that's very impressive, and not a lot of games can say happens. A lot of games just keep cycling through the numbers. Like we're not on, for example, ETS2 6. Like some franchises seem to just keep adding numbers to the end of their game and bring out a new game, make you pay for a whole new game and call it good. SES Software doesn't do that. I mean, technically ETS2 is Euro Truck Simulator 2 because Euro Truck Simulator did exist before. But since that changed to just a platform where they can expand, nothing else other than DLCs for map expansions have been paid for. Everything else has been free in updates. That's incredible. That is incredible. We get new truck editions. Yes, some paid for trailer packs, like branded stuff like that. Of course, the map DLCs and some paint job. But we're just gonna let this car go. Oh, maybe not. He's letting me go ahead. Sometimes I don't trust the AI. I'm not very confident in roundabouts, but I don't trust the AI all the time when it comes to stuff. Anyways, when it comes to what happens here, it was being basically a lot of the major overhauls of the games just being free. That is something that I have always applauded SES Software. Whoa! That is what happens when you hit an invisible barrier. See, there we go. Another prime fail on the roundabout situation. Don't hit me, car. Oh, come on. I just... I told it not... I told the AI not to hit me, and it still hit me. How rude is that? Oh, that's a prime moment right there. Well, it wouldn't be a prime video without something probably going wrong, whether it's commentary or driving ability. Oh boy, I'll get there, people, eventually. I can't believe I messed that up. I do that all the time with roundabouts. I either take the wrong exit or take the exit that doesn't exist, I guess, at this point. Maybe I should turn back on the invisible barriers just so I can get used to, not running into stuff. My word. Oh boy. That's what happens when you get distracted driving. That is what happens, my friends. Don't do it. Don't do it. I gotta learn how to drive in Europe a bit better before I ever go there in real life. Because if so, a lot of you who live over there would be fleeing from me, despite how much you may want to meet me, possibly. I don't know. I think you'd be afraid to meet up with me in Europe when I drive like this. So hopefully I improve this. Some days are pretty good, but roundabouts I'm just not used to. We have very little here in North America, at least around me. So yeah, I'm not used to that, that's for sure. Let's see if I can nail this reverse, though. That'd be a nice way to end this episode, if I could at least reverse it in nicely. We're gonna have to straighten up a little bit, but that's actually not looking too bad. One major pro of European trucks are the short turning radiuses. They're very, very handy for doing stuff like this. Being able to reverse into a spot and just do it in a small area, which is really quite nice. And just like that, we are done. One invisible barrier crash and another vehicle accident because the AI just don't know how to stop. And we're here. What a lovely short delivery. Maybe on the shorter end of the episodes. But you know what? That was actually quite entertaining nonetheless. And happy anniversary, ETS2, or happy birthday, depending on how you want to say it. 10 years. I know I'm a little delayed doing it because one, I was not completely feeling well, and two, with 1.46, I was trying to decide when it would if it would release, and I could just do this afterwards, or if I'd have to revert back to 1.45. And well, here we are, 1.45 it is. But nonetheless, what an amazing delivery it was. Short and sweet, and that's sometimes the way you've got to do it. Thank you all so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next one.